picking up 5.
Man, a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass on second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Back open in the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. They've got a first down here to open the period. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver. Put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time. And he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
It's been a nice drive by this offense so far, and now this quarterback is faced with a critical 3rd down in the red zone, trailing by a couple of possessions. If they're able to capitalize here, get this first down, score a touchdown on this drive, this game takes on a completely different feel. So this just feels like a massive moment in this game.
Makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Manning. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air from the score.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
one-touch pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Durham. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Caught in the backfield. It's Anderson. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. A low line drive and short kick. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Back to throw, it's Manning. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Longhorns hit it quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Wingo. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Just came out and fired a strike on the slant.
And those are tough catches to make because you know you're going to have that defender draped all over you. So you've got to have strong hands. And you see
touchdown Longhorn! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Unleashes one. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages. Because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Oh, he's got some space. The a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. And the Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Sharp. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such elite playmakers usually, just such speed. And listen, when you're a defense, speed kills. And LSU, no matter who plays quarterback, they always got dudes that can fly out wide that absolutely scare you.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Buys a little time. On the move, he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Durham. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They go to the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Touch pass on the run. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And I think 3rd and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a 4th down situation.
And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
You can feel the momentum starting to swing in this stadium. It's 1st and 10. RPO complete to open the drive. Turning it on! And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Manning. Finds his big tight end. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Texas! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Out onto the field. Maybe they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Offense changing the play. To the air. It's Nussmeier. Makes the grab on the left. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. Just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he's going to go backwards, and they force a 4th down. What a play by this defensive front.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now. So take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
With the catch, it's Anderson. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Moving away from pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. They'll be stopped, but not... Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, and the Duke's Mayo Classic. This ought to be a fantastic showdown and just the flavor every college football fan can't wait for. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting, as we'll see the national champions from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Panthers ready to get this thing started and open the season. Out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So LSU's offense comes onto the field first today. And here it comes for the first time as a starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more, and there's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you he has so much nervous energy going right now because he has never played in an environment like this, and he has never played against competition like this either.
No, it's crazy, and that was 1920. So imagine now with all the technology and how much he's feeling the nerves. Obviously, all the eyeballs in the stadium is on him.
There we go. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. There's a better play there by the defense.
Wants to fire on second down. He'll try to do it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Can't hang on, it's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting portal and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring.